What is good, YouTube? It's Monday. You know what that means. What's up, Power Gaming? What is up, Downfall Wrestling? What is going on, guys? Hope you all are having a wonderful Monday evening. I'm getting some error messages on YouTube here, so hopefully everything's coming through clear for you guys. Real quick at the top of the show, just want to give a big thank you to everybody who joined in last night. All of the love we got on the 100 subscriber giveaway. Again, shout out to Cloudy for winning, and then donating the figure to Chris. I'll make sure he gets that this week. So thank you guys for that. To Cloudy for winning. Make sure everything's good here. As far as I know, everything on my end is good. I don't know why YouTube's giving me error messages here, but Power Gaming asked, did you hear Mark Henry sign with AEW, got in shape? Yep, Power Gaming, that is going to be part of what we're going to talk about tonight. Again, we're gonna talk about AEW Double or Nothing from last night. Got some wrestling news and stuff to cover. And then the other thing I want to touch on is how AEW and WWE are different as far as treating their legends. And that became abundantly clear after watching Double or Nothing. I watched Double or Nothing today. Hey, Chewy, welcome to the stream, man. I watched it today. I didn't get to watch it last night after the stream. But I did watch Double or Nothing today, and seeing how AEW treats legends as opposed to what WWE does, there's a stark contrast. So I want to chat about that. WWE's released some tour dates. Irene says it's Memorial Day for us here. Yep, you are Canadian. Hello, neighbor to the north. So let's get ready to get right into it. So welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. We are a pro wrestling podcast created by fans for fans from a fan's perspective. My name is Kyle. Welcome to the show. Let's just dive right into it. Get the house cleaning stuff out of the way. We live stream every single Monday and Thursday right here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join us. If you're listening to the audio version of the show, check out the YouTube channel linked down below. You can also follow Wrestling with Fans across social media. Facebook.com/Wrestling with Fans. Hulk smash that like button to keep up to date with everything we do here at Wrestling with Fans. If you're watching the stream now on YouTube, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're listening to the audio version of the show, you can head over to youtube.com/Wrestling with Fans. Click the subscribe button, check out some videos, join the live stream every Monday and Thursday. You can follow us over on Instagram at Wrestling with Fans. I posted some cool fig stuff earlier today. I'll show it off here on stream in a little bit. You can check us out on the web, wrestlingwithfans.com. New audio shows posted every Saturday morning at 6:05 a.m. Start your weekend off right with Wrestling with Fans. Or you can take us on the go, download us to your favorite podcast listening device. You can get us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans Podcast. And finally, the email, wwf.show@gmail.com. So I'll show this off real quick. So my boy Chris hooked me up with this Royal Rumble Steve Austin that he picked up from a claim sale. But Mattel does not make middle fingers. So what I did is I took some Mattel hands, like the big open palm hands, heated them up with a hairdryer, took some pliers, held it in place, super glued them down, So my Stone Cold Steve Austin now has some custom middle finger hands, which I think is fitting. Now, these will probably end up on my Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition when it comes in. I pre-ordered that in the Ric Flair from Ringside, and the date says late May. I've seen online some people are already getting their Ultimate Austin and Ultimate Flair, so hopefully mine will be coming soon. But until then, I've got this Royal Rumble with the custom middle fingers that I did. So I might try to make some more of these middle fingers for the Ultimate Edition as well. I want to just show that fun little thing off there for you guys here on stream. Power Gaming, watching Raw now. Miz TV is happening right now. Thank you for the updates, Power Gaming. Always appreciate that. So let's talk about a couple quick news stories. Again, we'll take some Q&A in the second half of the show. This came out a couple of days ago, and I didn't really talk about it on the 100 subscriber giveaway stream. But the perpetual forbidden door could potentially be broken down between WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. According to the Wrestling Observer, Uncle Dave, WWE President Nick Khan, no relation to Tony, is leading the talks with the end goal being WWE becoming New Japan's official American partner. The report indicates that the conversations date back to March and that a deal would include WWE sending top stars to work for New Japan Pro Wrestling. At this moment, there isn't definitive detail on where talks stand or what specific progress has been made. Now, I'm going to go a little more in-depth into this topic on Thursday's stream. We're going to talk about that Forbidden Door, some potential dream matches, the latest news on these talks, and what we think can happen. But that's going to come up on Thursday's stream. If you're listening to the audio show, that'll be later in the podcast. Speaking of WWE, they have announced 21 live dates. So WWE is going back on tour, which would be nice. Starting, let's see, here we go. These are the dates. They've already announced the first couple. We covered that last week. So beginning Saturday, July 24th at PPG Paints Arena in good old Pittsburgh, WWE is going to start a live tour. This is 21 dates. Basically, there's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So SmackDown, weekend shows, and then Monday Night Raw. So July 25th, they'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. July 31st, Milwaukee. August 1st, Detroit. August 2nd, Raw from Chicago. August 6th, SmackDown from Tampa, Florida. August 7th from Fort Myers, Florida. August 8th in Gainesville, Florida. August 9th, Raw from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, the former home of the Thunderdome. Friday, August 13th, SmackDown in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then a weekend double shot in the Carolinas, August 14th and 15th, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina. Raw, August 16th, San Antonio, Texas. And then SmackDown on August 20th from the Phoenix Sun Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Then Saturday, August 21st, which is kind of weird. This date has SummerSlam on a Saturday. No arena or anything announced. Sunday, August 22nd, a Super Show in Denver. Monday, August 23rd, Raw from San Diego. Friday, August 27th, Little Rock, Arkansas. August 30th, Monday Night Raw in Oklahoma City. SmackDown, September 3rd in Jacksonville, Florida. And Raw, September 6th from Miami, Florida. Tickets for SummerSlam go on sale Friday, June the 18th. All the other live event tickets will go on sale June 11th. So if you're in one of those cities, make sure if you want to go out and see WWE this summer, there you go. The closest one to me is Pittsburgh. It's probably about 5 to 6 hour drive from me. So a good old PPG Paints Arena, the Big Paint Cam home of the Penguins, my favorite hockey team. So might have to look into that. Power Gamer says Miz TV is on Raw. The guest is Charlotte Flair. Thank you, Power Game. I'm going to check out Raw when the stream is over here in a little bit. But let's dive into Double or Nothing. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Double or Nothing because I didn't watch every single match all the way through. I did fast forward through some of the matches and skipped around a little bit, but we're going to run it down. Now, I did not watch the pre-show, the buy-in, but Serena Deeb defeated Riho by submission in 14 minutes to retain the NWA Women's title. We did start off the pay-per-view proper. Hangman Adam Page defeating Brian Cage in about 12 minutes. Pretty solid match. Actually, let me pause for a sec. They were in Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, to a huge crowd. It was a full house. Reported attendance was around 5,500 people in the building for Double or Nothing, which was really nice to see a live crowd, to see a full house pretty much at Daly's Place. I can't wait for fans to get back. I think once fans get back here in the next couple months, I'll be tuning in more diligently than I have been. I'm kind of over the whole Thunderdome thing. But Adam Page, Hangman Page, and Brian Cage with the opener. Pretty solid match. Back and forth for a good portion of it. Adam Page picking up the win, I believe, after the buckshot lariat. Good match to open the pay-per-view. Match number 2. For the AEW Tag Team titles, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, taking on Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. The Young Bucks picking up the win in just over 21 minutes. And I got to be honest, I actually enjoyed the match. I've been very vocal on the show in the past about I like Matt and Nick Jackson. I like watching them on Being Elite. I think they're really cool dudes. I think they're really good with their fans. I think they've got a good head on their shoulders and know what they want, what they need to do. But as far as in the ring, for some reason, I've just kind of fallen out of love with the Young Bucks in the ring. And again, that's just my personal preference. I know a lot of people just love the Young Bucks in the ring. I know they just eat up everything those guys do. But I don't know, in the last year or so, I've kind of soured to the Bucks in the ring. I do like the guys themselves, but, you know, their in-ring matches, it's just spot, no sell, spot, super kick, high spot, super kick, high spot. But this match with Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley told a great story. I was genuinely impressed. I watched it in its entirety. They told a great story. Eddie Kingston and Mox are so over with the live crowd. Eddie Kingston's story, I think, has been really good. You know, he started off as a heel. The whole story with him and Mox, Eddie's redemption, hasn't really had a full crowd to really get that reaction to see where people stand with Eddie Kingston. And I think last night on Double or Nothing really just showed how far he's come and where he falls in the pecking order of people that are just really over with the crowd. The guys, the people in the crowd love Kingston. They love Mox and all that good stuff. Great match. Great tag match. Salome, welcome to the stream. Is in the Amazon joke. You were still stuck in the joke, man. I hope you at least had some peanut butter to eat. Hopefully that peanut butter was able to tide you over. Match number 3 on the pay-per-view was the Casino Battle Royal, and I've said many times over, I just am not a fan of these matches. I think they're too confusing. But again, that's just my preference. A lot of people do like the Casino Battle Royals with the groupings and the cards, stuff like that. But we'll go down the participants here. You had 10 from the Dark Order, Aaron Solo, Anthony Bowens, Brian Pillman Jr., Christian Cage, Cole Cabana, The Natural, Dustin Rhodes, Evil Uno, Griff Garrison, Isaiah Cassidy, Lee Johnson, Leo Rush. We'll talk about him in a minute. Mark Quinn, Matt Hardy, Matt Sydal, Max Caster, Nick Camarado, Penta El Zero Miedo, Powerhouse Hobbs, Serpentico, and the eventual winner, Jungle Boy Jack Berry. So if you're not familiar with Casino Battle Royals, what they do is you start off, they pick a suit. So there's 5 people in a group. There's 4 suits. There's 20. And then there's the Joker, which is always a surprise entrant. So they bring them out in groups. So the club started, and then they went from there. And then number 21, the surprise entrant, Lio Rush, former WWE superstar. You may remember as Lashley's hype man for a while. He was released. He's been working with New Japan recently. Showed up here at Double or Nothing to be the surprise entrant, the Joker, in the Casino Battle Royal. The match came down at the end of the final 3. The match was okay. It's just your typical like Royal Rumble / Battle Royal style match. The final 3 was Jungle Boy, Christian Cage, and Matt Hardy. And it was really fun because Matt Hardy's trying to play up his and Christian's history with like the TLC matches. Hardy Boys, Edge, and Christian. You could see Matt's like, climbing the rings, doing the poses and stuff like that. It was real fun. They acted like they were going to double team Jungle Boy, but then Christian turned on Matt, tossed him over the top rope. And then Jungle Boy and Christian went for a couple minutes. Jungle Boy eventually getting the elimination in 22 and a half minutes and will now get a future opportunity at the AEW World Championship in 2 weeks. It was really cool. Let's jump back to the chat here for a second here. Power Game says, how's Chris liking the Edge? Power Game, I have not gotten it to Chris yet. I will get it to him one day this week. I didn't see him today. Power Game says, Nikki Cross came out. Awesome. See, Salome says, Nick and Matt Jackson mock Moxley by trying to do the triple powerbomb. Yep. The Young Bucks, this heel gimmick has been pretty good. They're real assholes as heels. The $1,000 Air Dior Jordans, just ridiculous stuff. Next match on the card. Anthony Ogogo taking on the American Dream for one night, Cody Rhodes. And Cody coming out in, some people are kind of calling it Captain America attire. To me, it was straight Homelander from The Boys. If you guys have not checked out The Boys on Amazon Prime Video, I highly recommend. If you have Amazon Prime Video, I recommend checking out The Boys. Based off a comic book. There's 2 seasons out. Season 3 is coming very soon to Amazon Prime Video. I absolutely love The Boys. And the comic is great too. The comic is based off of is really good if you're into that kind of stuff. But the thing with Cody, and I was talking to Chris about this earlier. And I mean, it was like, Cody just lacks self-awareness. That he just thinks everybody just loves Cody because he brought us AEW. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes. But in reality, there's a lot of people out there that just despise Cody Rhodes. I'm kind of in the middle. Again, I like Cody as a person. I appreciate what he's done as far as bringing AEW to life, bringing that big league alternative for professional wrestling. But there's been a lot of comparisons to Triple H. And I've seen a lot of those last night on social media comparing Cody Rhodes to this generation's Triple H. Booking himself to go over, lacking self-awareness and his place in the wrestling business. You guys can discuss that amongst yourselves. I appreciate Cody, but the Homelander thing I thought was interesting because if this has how it plays out, it's brilliant, and I take back a lot of my thoughts about Cody. So for those who've never seen The Boys, Homelander is basically like Captain America meets Superman, kind of like Super Soldier from the Amalgam comics. Just the all-American superhero. Everybody loves him. Blonde hair, blue eyes. But he's such an asshole. And the Homelander in the comics and on the show is actually a bad guy. He's like the main villain. But to the rest of the public, he's just, this super guy, Superman, Captain America, all rolled into one. So if this outfit from Cody is kind of mirroring that his character is going to start mirroring that of like Homelander from The Boys, then it is dead on. And I'm into that. If that's where it ends up going. Whether or not it does, we'll see. The match itself, nothing to write home about. Cody didn't even beat him with the Crossroads. I think he beat him with a Vertebreaker, which looked pretty rough. That landing that Anthony Ogogo took from the Vertebreaker looked pretty rough. But Cody won in about 10 and a half minutes. Up next was the TNT Championship match. Miro defending against Lance Archer. Now, I did not watch this match, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a Miro guy. As bad as WWE treated Rusev for years, I love Rusev. The Rusev Day, he got himself over, him and Aiden English, got the whole Rusev Day thing over. And WWE just dropped the ball with Miro. But as far as his character and stuff in AEW, I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of his current character to the point where I don't even like watching him. It's not like I don't like you because you're a bad guy. I don't like you. It's I don't like you because I just don't like what you're bringing to the table right now. So I don't want to watch you. Which is a shame because there was a point where I was really into Miro as Rusev. I was really into that stuff. Even the Cuck storyline, just because Rusev was so entertaining. But I'm not really, haven't been into this whole Miro thing. But we'll see where that goes in the future. But again, my personal preference. He defeated Lance Archer in just under 11 minutes. Check back with the chat here for a quick. Have been, let's see here. Power Gaming says, apparently at the AEW pay-per-view, there were a lot of insults to WWE. Yes, there was one that I forgot to talk about during the entrances for the Casino Battle Royale. I don't remember who it was. One of the guys that comes out and raps to the ring. And I apologize because I don't watch a lot of AEW. But it basically said like Christian's not as good because he lost his edge, which I thought was a good, tongue-in-cheek, on-the-nose kind of deal there. Power Gaming says, fun fact, my name is Cody. Well, hello, Cody, a.k.a. Power Gaming. Salome is I help. I guess he's still stuck in the Amazon jungle. Power Gaming comes back in. It's now Charlotte versus Flair, and it's a timer match for 1 minute. See if Charlotte can beat her in 1 minute. So they're doing more beat the clock stuff on Raw. I'm glad I'm not watching. Thanks for the updates, because now you're making me. Now I know I can fast forward through at least the first half hour of Raw tonight. Match number 6 on the main card was for the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida defending against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Now, again, I've been very vocal about the women's division in AEW, especially early on. However, I think in the last 6 to 9 months, there's been improvements, leaps and bounds. Hikaru Shida being on, the champ for the last year has been nice. The implementation of, like bringing in Thunder Rosa and Abaddon, Britt Baker getting healthy and being able to, be back on the roster. Tay Conti, I think, is awesome. They're starting to get better on the women's division. But this match, Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker, was a great women's match. Not going to lie. I really, really enjoyed the match. But we have a brand new AEW Women's Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, picking up the win via submission in just under 16 and a half minutes. Great match. And I don't normally say that a lot about AEW's women's division. Up next was a tag match. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky taking on Darby Allin and the Icon Sting. Now, again, this is a match that kind of feels worth saying, but I didn't watch. I fast-forwarded through the majority of this match. I only watched a few little highlights here and there. Mainly because I do not want to see 62-year-old Sting wrestle. I don't want to see old man Sting wrestling. I like Darby. I like his partnership with Sting. I like a lot of stuff they've done together. Ethan Page, great heel. Scorpio Sky, great performer in the ring. But I don't know what it is. There's something about the whole thing with a 62-year-old Sting wrestling in 2021. I just don't want to see it. Like, to me, and it's nothing against Sting. It's nothing against the performance he may have put on during that match. But for me, I don't want to see it. I want to remember Sting the way he was. And I know he's still doing as much as he can. But even at 62 years old, I just can't. I'm sorry. I love Sting. I wasn't the biggest Sting mark. I appreciated Sting, but yeah, I kind of skipped through this one. But Darby and Sting win in 14 minutes. And we get to the last two matches here. Not main eventing was the triple threat match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The cleaner, Kenny Omega, the belt collector himself, the AEW World Champion, defending against Pac and Pockets, Orange Cassidy. And again, I'll just kind of reiterate what I said about the Young Bucks. I'll say the same thing for Kenny Omega. I used to be a huge Kenny Omega. I love the stuff he was doing in New Japan. All of his Wrestle Kingdom matches and the Dominion matches. Just amazing stuff. But once I started looking at Kenny Omega, as Jim Cornette calls him, Twinkle Toes McFingerbang, pointing at everything, and I just can't. I've kind of fallen out of love with Kenny Omega. You know, in the last couple months with this whole belt collector thing and going full-blown heel, I've enjoyed Kenny Omega a lot more. I'm starting to get back into the whole Kenny Omega thing. I'm just still not a big fan of pointing at everything and just the goofy shit that he does. Orange Cassidy, again, I was so anti-Orange Cassidy early on, but I've really started to grow to appreciate Pockets. And Pac is just one of the baddest MFers on the planet. Just no denying Pac is just a badass. This match goes 27 minutes. It was all over the place. Just nonstop action for 27 minutes. It delivered. It was a great match. Arguably the real main event of the show. But Kenny Omega picks up the win again in 27 minutes to retain the AEW Championship. Solid match. I would recommend checking this one out. But the actual main event, the match, the closing match of the evening was the Stadium Stampede match. It was the Pinnacle taking on the Inner Circle. The Pinnacle, of course, is MJF, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood of FTR. Taking on the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. I just got to say, I liked the first Stadium Stampede match a lot more. I did enjoy the first Stadium Stampede match a lot more. This was a fun match. Now, even with over 5,000 people in attendance, the majority of this match was pre-taped, which I think kind of did it a disservice. I wish they would have put the world title match on live, because the crowd after the world title match had to sit and watch video screens for about 20 minutes. The last 5 or so minutes of the Stadium Stampede match took place live in front of the crowd, but the first 20 or so minutes was pre-taped. But by the sounds of the crowd, they were into it either way, so they didn't care. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of a moot point. I just had to bring it up. But the Inner Circle's entrance into the stadium was pretty sweet. They were up on top of the scoreboard. The Inner Circle's logo is brazen across the entire scoreboard behind the end zone. And then they rappel down. I thought they were going to zip line down the way it looked. I initially thought they were going to zip line out to like the 50-yard line, but they ended up rappelling down to the mezzanine area, I should say. Fire going off. And then MJF is hiding in his limousine. The Inner Circle come down to confront him. And then the rest of the Pinnacle come down, and then they are off. And it was a typical, cinematic style match. They would film. Everybody kind of like paired off, like MJF and Jericho battled. Jake Hager and Wardlow battled. Sammy and Shawn Spears battled. FTR, Santana, and Ortiz battled. And Wheeler, FTR also had Tully Blanchard with him. God, I was drawing a blank there for a second. So they all paired off, and they would kind of edit and cut back forth between where everybody was, and they were battling. All kinds of crazy stuff. So at one point, the Inner Circle Motorcycle Club is chasing Shawn Spears down. It comes back into the ring. Sammy picks up the win. I think he pinned Shawn Spears, if I remember right. So by Inner Circle winning, they aren't forced to disband. I'm just drawing a blank here for a second. But a solid main event, just over 27 minutes. Again, I enjoyed the first Stadium Stampede a little bit more. But again, it was just a fun match to watch if you're into that sort of thing. But overall, I see a lot of there's two trains of thought for Double or Nothing. You either really, really loved it or you really, really hated it. I'm that third train of thought where I thought it was a good show. I didn't think it was the best thing ever, like some people are talking it up. But it was far from a bad show. It was very far from a bad show. If I had to give it, out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 overall. Again, I didn't think it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I've seen a lot of people talk the show up like that. I've also seen a lot of hate on the show. I'd say between a 7.5 out of 10 for me for Double or Nothing. I thought it was a solid show. All around, solid show. So let me jump back to the chat here for a minute. Okay, I missed that. So sorry, guys. I was doing my little review there. Let me catch back up on chat with you guys. Salome says, the monkey is gone, but isn't AEW going to TBS? If that's true, then the TNT Championship is going to be the TBS champion. Salome, yes, they are going to go to TBS next year, I believe it is. There are no plans to change the TNT Championship. Cody did tease on the post-show media call that we will be getting another championship. It will not be a TBS title. But he did make mention that there are a lot of teams and factions in AEW, which leads many to speculate it's going to be the long speculated 6-man tag team championships, which I think would be pretty cool. 6-man tag titles, which I think would be really awesome. I'd be down with that because there are a lot of teams and factions and whatnot in AEW. So that's what I'm hearing. Power Game says Peyton Royce was spotted at the show. Yes, she was sitting in attendance. Someone mocked the Shield at the pay-per-view. I must have missed that. The Young Bucks mocked him. Okay. Xavier Woods versus Randy Orton on Raw right now. Salome says, by the way, I want to see Xavier Woods play bass more. The next thing you know, he's going to challenge Davey 504 to a bass battle. Salome, I don't know if many people could challenge Davey 504 to a bass battle. There's not many people. Les Claypool may be one of the few people that can maybe challenge Davey to a bass battle. Yep, SummerSlam is coming 8/20. I talked about that earlier when running down the live card. So what we're going to do real quick, guys. We're going to take a quick little break. Take a quick little pause for the calls. I'm going to play, since we're reviewing AEW Dynamite, we're going to show off an AEW figure unboxing from the archive. When we come back, I'll take any questions you have in the chat. Plus, we'll talk about the difference between how AEW and WWE are treating their legends. So, enjoy this figure unboxing of none other than the leader of the Pinnacle, MJF. I'll see you guys in a few minutes with some more stuff. So, hang tight. See you in a few. What is good, YouTube? Kyle here from Wrestling with Fans, back with another AEW Unraveled Series 2 figure unboxing. And as you can see here, we have the one and only Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Unfortunately, I was not one of the lucky that found one of the Chase variants, because I probably wouldn't be opening that one. But since this is just a regular one, we're going to crack him open, let him breathe. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. Again, these packages are so clean, so eye-popping, just a great packaging, dynamite job on creating these packages. Stuff there on the bottom. Got the window, picture on the front, AEW on one side, AEW on the other, MJF number 12 in the series. You can see here, picture on the back with the signature. I do love the signature as a touch. Can see who else is in the line here. You got Dustin Rhodes, Pentagon Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers, Hangman Adam Page, and Jon Moxley. And again, this is from AEW Double or Nothing from May 25th, 2019 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm excited for this one. This is one of the figures that I knew that I wanted. I wasn't sure I was going to get the whole line if I seen them, but I knew if I saw an MJF, I would get the MJF. Let's get him open here. Set the box off to the side. Can't see him in this bubble here. That's one thing, these bubbles, man, they're really in these bubbles. Let's see if we can pull the scarf off there. You really gotta work to get these guys out. Alright, let's straighten him up here. Can't put his scarf on. I love the scarf. First, let's take a look here. The head scan really captures his likeness very well. The hair, everything, the smirk on his face does come with a soft goods scarf. The Burberry looking scarf. I love soft goods accessories. And this is another awesome one. He does come with an AEW microphone. He literally has a mic holding hand. It's a really small microphone. So I'm guessing all the other hands on him, on the other figs, look like what would be like a typical WWE Elite mic holding hand, but it's got a tiny little mic holding hand there. But let's take a look at the gear. You can see the red, the gold lions, MJF on the back. I do like the touch, the plaid on the back of the knee pads. Looks really good, looks really clean. A tattoo there, a tattoo on his arm over there. Okay, I thought for a second the elbow pad was molded on, but it's not, thank goodness. Yeah, those are all good. Same articulation as all the others. Got the good chest, kind of got the hip swivel, double jointed arm, double jointed knees, the calf, the thigh, and the really cool foot pivot, which is really nice. So yep, he's on ball joints. Awesome stuff. I really, really like this MJF figure. One of my favorite wrestlers in AEW right now. Alright guys, there you have it. MJF AEW Unrivaled Series 2. Again, I'm not one of the lucky that's gotten the chase. If you found the chase, are you one of the lucky that have gotten your hands on the MJF chase figure? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, consider giving us a thumbs up. And if you want to come back for more fun wrestling content, make sure you smash that subscribe button. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Once again, my name is Kyle. This is Wrestling with Fans, and we'll see you guys in the next video. And we are back in here. And don't forget, guys, we live stream every single Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. So make sure you join it every Monday and Wednesday to be a part of the podcast live stream. What I do is I take the streams from both Monday and Thursday, take the best segments from each show, and that comprises the audio podcast, which we'll talk about here in just a second. Facebook.com/Wrestling with Fans. Hulk, smash that like button to keep up to date with everything going on here with the Wrestling with Fans podcast. If you're watching the streams live, you already know about the YouTube channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment, comment, comment. It helps with the algorithms, helps us out. We just did our 100 subscriber giveaway this past Sunday, last night. A lot of fun. Had a lot of people in the stream. It was a lot of fun. So thank you all so much for getting us to 100. And here's the next 100 subscribers for Wrestling with Fans. If you're listening to the audio show, youtube.com/Wrestling with Fans. Yes, we hit 100 subscribers, so we finally get that custom URL. I'm so glad to be able to say that now. can also check us out on Instagram at Wrestling with Fans. I post some fun stuff over there, so go check us out on the gram. You can also check us out on the web at WrestlingWithFans.com. Download or stream these shows at any time. New podcasts are posted every single Saturday morning at 6:05 a.m. Eastern. So start your weekend off right with some Wrestling with Fans. Or you can take us on the go, download us to your favorite podcast listening device. You can get us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans Podcast. And finally, email us, wwf.show@gmail.com. Back in here. One more topic to talk about, then we're going to take some chat, take some questions, all that good stuff. Legends. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I know I'm going to be able to go on a long tangent. Power Gaming's already got the questions coming. I appreciate that. We'll get to those here in just a few minutes. But we're going to talk about Legends for a minute. So after watching Double or Nothing, it really, really hit me. Something I've pretty much known for a while, but it really, really just hit me like a ton of bricks while watching Double or Nothing. That WWE treats its legends like shit as far as on television. They treat them like royalty when it comes to Hall of Fame. And that's great. But any other time, they don't really do them any favors. Legends, when used right, can be an integral part of your product. Not only can they draw in fans of the past, but you can also use them to help get your current talent over. And that's something that AEW is doing very well right now as far as, the legends go. I think they've done an amazing job utilizing, the talents that they have. For example, just look at someone like a Jake the Snake Roberts. Using him with Lance Archer is great. I love what they're doing with that. When you look at like Tully Blanchard and FTR, I think they're doing an awesome job having Tully help, get FTR over. I think they're just doing a great A job with those guys. Even someone like Taz, I think is, Team Taz is being well respected. To me, it works. WWE, though, a lot of times, why is that done that? Okay. Trying to adjust some stuff here. WWE at times just treats their legends like shit. Just look at the Legends Night from January. Look at the Legends Night from January. They were pretty much there just as props. They were made fun of. They were talked down to. They were made to feel inferior to the current crop of talent. And just something about that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, legends need to be honored. They need... You pay homage to your legends. Don't treat them like shit. Don't treat them like they're lesser than your current talent. They paved the way for your current crop of talent. AEW honors them. They put them in prominent positions. They're not made to look like fools. They're not talked down to. They're not treated like crap. And I know these thoughts came into my head around, January when they did the Legends Night. Where instead of using the legends to get people over, they just had Randy Orton go around and belittle them all night long. I'm just kind of tired of the way WWE is treating its legends. I'm tired of the way WWE is treating its fans. I'm kind of just tired of WWE in general, if I'm being honest. I haven't really watched a lot of WWE, like where I used to sit down before, when I was doing the preview shows here on YouTube. I do the shows from 7:30 to 8, end the stream, hop off, watch Raw, watch Dynamite, watch NXT, watch SmackDown. I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a full program other than NXT and Dynamite. Those are the only two I've watched, and they've been good. But SmackDown's great. I just can't stomach it. I think just Raw put such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to fall when it comes to SmackDown. SmackDown's been a good show. Really, really good show. All this stuff with Roman and the Samoan Dynasty is amazing stuff. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, 2 sets of fingers crossed, that once fans start coming back, the whole WWE product improves, including the treatment of legends. They're not doing them any good. AEW is doing the legends right. And that's the end of my little rant here. So let's bring in the chat. Some Q&A for the next 13 minutes. We're going to end the stream here at 9 o'clock. Let's see what we got here. Power Gaming says, if you would want a superstar to come to WWE, who would it be and why from AEW? I would pick Matt Hardy to bring back the Hardy Boys. That is an interesting. So if I could pick one superstar to come back, to go from AEW to WWE, who would it be? That is a good question. The short answer is nobody, to be honest. Because whoever it was would be misused. That's the short answer. But if I've got to pick, there's a couple I think that would be really interesting. First would be Kenny Omega. I could only imagine some of the matches Kenny Omega could have with WWE guys. Kenny Omega versus like a Daniel Bryan if he ends up re-signing. But again, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan, Omega versus Randy Orton, Omega versus Seth Rollins, Omega versus Lashley or Drew, Omega versus AJ Styles, which I'm sure has probably happened at some point in their careers. Former Bullet Club leaders. The other one I think would be really, really interesting would be Orange Cassidy. They would completely... Pockets would be chasing down R-Truth for the 24/7 title. But if they gave the 24/7 championship the slightest amount of credibility, I can only imagine the stuff they could do with R-Truth and Orange Cassidy. Just the comedic stuff, the in-ring work. If they had a serious match, it would be amazing. R-Truth can still work his ass off. Orange Cassidy is underrated in the ring. But I think Kenny Omega or Orange Cassidy would be ones I think would be really, really interesting. Says here, go back to the chat. Power Game says Randy used Riddle's finisher and Riddle got really excited. Randy got the win. Very cool. Shayna Baszler versus Reginald on right now. See, again, I'm glad I'm not watching Raw. I love Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler deserves better than what she's getting in WWE right now. To me, it's just no. I would love, if they're going to send more talent back to NXT, Shayna Baszler should be at the top of the list to go back to NXT. She deserves so much better. One thing, I don't think I've talked about this. Something not really wrestling related. She was good in NXT. She was a beast in NXT. So one thing I haven't really talked about. Again, for those of you who've already done so, thank you so much. Linked in the video description down below is KC Toys. I'm currently editing the first video for Chris and I. It was a long one. I'm still working on it. Trying to figure out all this good stuff. But I picked this up over the weekend. Jen and I did some outlet shopping. They have this cool little toy store in these outlets. Has like a secondhand toy store. Not a lot of stuff. Usually what they do is they'll find stuff at retail and then they do a little markup so they make a few bucks. But I got the Marvel Legends Series Deluxe. It's kind of hard to see with all the glare. Thanos. There we go. This is from the Infinity Gauntlet comic, not the movies. Nothing else, but it's as you can see, it's got the King Thanos head. I am super excited to unbox this. This is going to go up on KC Toys, on the KC Toy Show. If you haven't done so already, you guys are giving me so much love here on Wrestling with Fans. I love to share the news channel coming up. KC Toys, some love. It's linked in the video description. Give it a subscribe. Yes, Power Gamer, that's Thanos. So, Power Gamer, I know you are already subscribed to KC Toys, so you're going to see that video when it drops. I've been trying to play catch up on everything Wrestling with Fans. I'm trying to set myself up for Wrestling with Fans where I can do the streams twice a week and have some other content to post in the interim so I can just dive headfirst into editing, videos for the KC Toy channel. That's how long is the first video? But it's probably going to be at least 20 minutes, if not longer. The raw footage was about a half an hour. We unboxed 3 NECA Gremlins and the NECA Gizmo. So 4 NECA figures in total. It was about a 30-minute raw footage. And I'm trying to edit it down as much as possible without losing anything. Of course, I'm used to YouTube. I've been doing it for about a year now. I've been podcasting for 10 and a half years. So this kind of thing doesn't do much. Chris, on the other hand, has never done podcasting other than being on my show. Hasn't done any YouTube stuff. So this is all new to him. So the first video, even for me, is the first time we've been on video like that. We've done podcasts before. It was the first time we've been on video together. And I think the more content we film, the better we're going to be. I think it was kind of like a feeling out process as far as who talks and when and what we talk about. So the first video might be a little rough. I still think it's good content. I still think I know we had a lot of fun filming that stuff. But I would imagine by the time it's all said and done, it's probably going to be about 20 minutes for that first video. It's going to be all NECA stuff. But again, I've got the Thanos. I've got these Mandalorian mystery minis to unbox for the channel. I've got, ow, that was my elbow. Ultimate Edition Edge to unbox. Oh my God, I got so much stuff. Oh, I've got the new Star Wars Clone Wars figures. I do have Hawk and Anakin. They're going to go up on KC Toys. I've got to film these. I should have taken better advantage of the 3-day weekend. But I use a 3-day weekend to relax and unwind. Had a pretty low-key weekend here. Granted, it's Memorial Day. It's the end of May. And it was only about 50-some degrees here on the East Coast in the Mid-Atlantic in Maryland. So it wasn't the best weather to do stuff. We did a little hunting on Saturday and then pretty much low-key the rest of the weekend. So I used it just to rest, recoup. We had that awesome stream last night, the 100 subscriber giveaway. So this week we can get back on it full bore, pumping out content. We got the stream tonight. Again, we'll have the other stream Thursday night. And I'm trying to find a weekend that works. My stepdaughter has softball for a few more weeks. So once that's over with, I might start throwing in some weekend streams. Just something fun in the middle of a Saturday or Sunday. Might do some WWE 2K, things like that. Also, another quick announcement. I should have led with this. But there is a Discord server coming. I do have a Discord server. I made it. I've got some channels set up. I'm just trying to finalize all this stuff. I was hoping to have it done for last night. But I didn't quite get it to the point where I'm ready to start posting the invite code for people. So hopefully in the next week or so, I will have an invite code for anybody who wants to join Discord. Now with the Discord, it'll just be a cool way we can chat off stream. We can talk wrestling, like TV product. Anytime new videos are posted, they'll be uploaded. There'll be notifications sent to Discord. And also, what I've been working on a lot today, I had today also, a good portion of my afternoon, I spent working out how to live stream to Discord. Because what I would like to do, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and a few people in the chat have requested it, doing live watch-alongs. But due to, obviously copyright issues, I can't stream, like network stuff on YouTube. But if I do it on Discord, I think I'll be good. There's no monetization to it. I'll stream it directly through the Discord. So I'm trying to sort out how to make that work where everybody can join in and do watch-alongs with me without having to have the network or Peacock pulled up. You can watch along with me as I talk. So hopefully we'll have that done again. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have the Discord invite for anybody who wants to hop on the Discord. I know about a month ago, a few people requested I make one. So I'm going to get one made for you guys. Power Gamer says, it's kind of cool that your YouTube channel name is Wrestling with Fans. That is like WWF. Gold Star Power Gaming, because that is the whole idea. For those of you who aren't aware, Wrestling with Fans started 3 years ago. Trying to come up with the name for the show when it was myself and Bobby. I was really into Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. I listen to it religiously. I listen to it every once in a while if they have a good topic. But I was really into Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. I'm thinking, I wanted to use a play off of words, like something to wrestle with. The show's actually Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, but it's something to wrestle with. I'm like, wrestling with fans. God, I don't remember the thought process I had, but that's kind of the general idea of where the name came up with. Plus, the initials are WWF. Because I still don't even like saying WWE. It hurts me every time I say WWE. I'm an F guy till the end. I grew up F. I'm going to die F. Even though I do say WWE a lot, I'm an F guy. So that is where Wrestling with Fans kind of came from, because it's pro wrestling with fans. It's a fan-driven show, fan-driven content. So it's Wrestling with Fans, wrestling with fans. You get what I'm saying there. World Wrestling Federation. That's what I grew up on, and that's what I miss. We're going to wrap the show up here. It's about 9 o'clock, top of the hour. I got to go back to work tomorrow, and I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. But I got to go back to work tomorrow. So I got to get up early. We're going to end promptly at 9. But one last time before I go, for those of us still here that aren't aware, every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're right here on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. Join us live for about an hour every Monday and Thursday. You can also check us out across social media on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.coms, respectively, /Wrestling with Fans. Hawk smash the like button on the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a follow over on the gram. Posting all kinds of content. Some stuff is exclusive to platforms. Like I post memes all the time on Facebook. Friend of the show, Fred, who's also a contributor and helping me edit. He is like the meme general. He'll post memes when he has time. So all the memes over on the Facebook page. Instagram gets stuff that doesn't get to Facebook or YouTube. So there's kind of exclusive but not exclusive content on all three social media. So make sure you follow us across the board. And check us out on the web, WrestlingWithFans.com. You can download or stream the audio shows at any time, but new shows are posted every Saturday morning at 6:05 a.m. Start your weekend off right with Wrestling with Fans. And, of course, you can take us on the go, download us to your favorite podcast listening device. Get us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling Fans. And last but certainly not least, wwfshow@gmail.com. We'll come in here one more time. Just new look I'm trying. I might try this out on a stream one night. The kind of the widescreen look here. Been playing around with some ideas. Hit one last question here in the chat. Power Gaming asks, who is your least favorite wrestler in WWE? Currently, and this is an easy answer, but it's the truth. It's Baron Corbin. When live crowds get back, it won't be. Baron Corbin is great at what he does when there's a live audience. Very few people can get good heel heat with a live crowd as Baron Corbin. Say what you want about the character. Say what you want about his portrayal and all that stuff. But very few people get that heel heat as a heel character as Baron Corbin. But without a live crowd for him to play off of, it's just really, really lacking. But right now, it's probably Baron Corbin over on SmackDown. On the Raw side, anything involving the whole Shayna, Nia, Reginald thing, I don't like any, like, Nia Jax and Reginald would be my Raw least favorites. I can't. I'm done. I'm going to start a hashtag justice for Shayna. Or hashtag Shayna deserves better than this. Not a big fan of them. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up. It's 9 o'clock. Time to end the stream, folks. But again, thanks to everybody for being in here. Again, Power Gaming, thank you as always. Downfall Wrestling and Choi, thank you for stopping in. Salome, thank you for hanging out for a little while, my friend. Thursday night, 8 p.m. We're going to talk about some stuff. We may talk about anything that happens on Raw. Go into a little more detail on the WWE and New Japan deal, where we stand at that point and potential things that could go on there. It says it's about time for Drew and Kofi. Whoever wins will face Bobby and Hell in a Cell. Cool. I might actually check that match out before going to sleep. But Power Gaming, have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful tomorrow and a wonderful Thursday. I'll see you guys Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. But until then, thank you all for watching. Once again, my name is Kyle. We'll see you next time right here on Wrestling with Fans.